those of you out there, this is something that upset me because like I am a YouTube whore, sorry, but very weird parts of YouTube. It's either like people falling off cliffs or like very dark shit or like Pickle Surprise, RuPaul back in the day. It's like very weird shit that I'm Googling on YouTube.
Old Greg?
Very weird. No, I don't like Old Greg.
I don't know
told
why.
you that.
What's Old Greg?
No,
Oh my gosh.
You don't. No.
I can't wait to show
Okay.
you.
He's not gonna think it's funny
I'm Old
because
Greg.
it's not funny.
Oh my gosh, baby. It's more like a moment. It's a moment. Old Greg is iconic. It's not funny. It's not weird.
You just have to experience that. Yeah. Great. I'm all for an experience.
I'm sorry about the time of your life that's gonna be wasted. But my point is that something that I really appreciate about what you do is the way that you show your art to the world. And I want to go here because this was a big time in my life because I think it was pre-pandemic, but it was around a time when like people were starting to, like something was going on. And something that I love that you do, not only that you go to incredible fashion events, like Balenciaga, it's been a few times, like you've gone as Jocelyn, Dolly, Jennifer Coolidge,
Amazing.
right?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh my God, which later I want to ask, like, which was your favorite iteration of that?
Yeah.
But the fact that you use kind of like the internet to your disposal to do this art, I was remembering being upset when you revealed, you know, the
plastic
surgery.
Right, there was a name on your video. I remember it was like you had a name for it. The not imposter. It
the
was
replicant.
The replicant, exactly. Yeah. And I remember that I was following that journey because what Elliot does is he will fully troll you. And he will work on a project, put his own money into it, his blood, sweat, and tears. But he doesn't care that you're not in on it at first. He like waits so that
He's
when
patient.
it's actually revealed, you can understand the entire art piece. It's like performance art.
Yeah.
So I remember like even recently I was watching back that video. What ends up happening is that, which you've had amazing ones like with your twin brother, which
That one was
I was
so
gagged. But you know, that whole one where you lost a lot of followers, what ended up happening is that Elliot was kind of trolling everyone that he was getting this crazy plastic surgery done. And went as far as to, you know, go out in public fully every
Well, you
single
convinced
time.
everybody.
Yeah, like not even.
You had to convince your family and friends,
I was
right?
about to say, I think there were a couple people you said that knew, but like very selective.
My
people.
flatmate, my partner at the time, and my mother.
That's it.
Wow.
That's
That was it.
the biggest commitment to art.
I know.
I can't even
How
imagine.
did you? I mean, I would just like the whole
was an
time be
experience.
exploding to tell somebody.
It was rough. It was rough. It was like a week after I became sober. And I was like, I rang my friend David, who did Pan's Labyrinth and Hellboy and Crimson
amazing.
Peak, won an Oscar. And I was like, I need a face. I was like, I need to hide away from the fucking world. Built a hospital in my house, went to like B&Q and bought all the wood and
amazing.
just kind of threw myself in it. And sure, I knew it was going to be a thing. I didn't expect it to become what it was. I mean, I don't go a day without someone asking me about it. So it was a cultural reset, I guess, with social media. But I don't know. I guess it was kind of like, from my perspective, storytelling, sure. But it was like, I cried every day. It was a really intense 3 months of my life. I didn't leave the house without a mask on. And then the few times I did, it was just so extreme. And I wish I had documented that whole day-to-day living.
Right.
But it was nice. It was nice being like, fuck you to the internet, who already painted a pretty bleak picture of me being addicted to plastic surgery, being a monster, being a villain. And I thought, all right, I'll give you it. I'll give you it to the best that can be done. And I did it.
Where were you when you had the idea?
I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you where I thought.
Was it like a slow bubble, or was it one of those like aha?
I was going to have all of that work done in Iran, and my application got declined because they checked my Instagram and they saw that I was like a raging homosexual. So I was meant to have all these like custom fucking implants under my eye and cheeks and chin. Crazy. I was so far into this like Alexis Stone plastic surgery cartoon that I had created, because it was so much more rewarding for me then than it was being Elliot, which is another conversation about blurring those lines, especially when you do drag. You can very often get carried away Which is why half of us have fucking no eyebrows and acrylic nails, and we look a little like daywalkers when we're not dressed up.
That's like method actors who
commit. I was committed.
You commit. That's I told you before we started recording. That's one of my favorite things about you. You commit.
This is my canvas. I've only got one body. It's aging.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dug up in 100 years' time, and they're going to look at my skeletons and go, that was a man. So anything from now to then, I'm just going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
And anyone that tells me differently, it's a fucking construct. You enjoy trying to preserve your image for your whole life. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun. One face for the rest of my life sounds hellish. So
I love oh my gosh, I think you've just birthed a monster.
No.
I'm like,
don't birth the monster in her, because this is a big question that I have today. I personally, like plastic surgery, this is my whole thing. And I would love to hear your take on it. When you're creating, like my tattoos, right? People will be like, why the fuck do you have tattoos?
Well,
you have one skin, whatever. And I'm like, exactly.
Right.
I was born, I can't choose my nose.
Yeah.
I can't choose my hair, how tall I am. While I'm alive, I can choose what to do with my body. So for me, I see that as tattoos. I'm going to do weird shit with my hair. I have scars everywhere. Like there are certain things that I value different than other people. And then there are people like you who I feel are like, this is my sculpture.
Yeah.
My beauty ideal. Today, you might think that this is beautiful, but tomorrow, this is beautiful.
And it does change. Beauty standards change.
Totally.
When you're an artist, you have to art direct your image. Yeah. Like in whatever context, whether you're cutting your hair, bleaching it, putting tattoos, wearing heels, it's all editing. Yeah. And RuPaul sums it up best. You're born naked and the rest is drag. I know.
It really
is.
It's
true though.
Yeah.
It's true though. And how you want to be perceived by others, which can change and does change over time. Thank God that I didn't have like permanent flared fucking jeans attached to my body 10 years ago, because things change.
Right.
So for example, like people in my life, like Jem or whatever, they'll be like, oh, like maybe a little filler, maybe whatever. And like, she's the love of my life. I'm like,
you don't want to see the love of your life sticking shit.
No, I'm like, not only
same.
that, I'm like, but I love your lips. Your lips are my lips. I love them.
Just a little
Don't
bit.
change your lips. But then the same part of me is like, but I want a neck piece, and you're not gonna let me get a neck piece. So that's the part for me that's like, I guess I'm like hypocritical, because the same way that every step of the way, even when you did that transformation that we were just talking about, that everybody was in your comments, which is what I want to get to. Like, I can't believe this. Of course, you don't want to name the surgeon, which is all like you were trolling
People were
everyone.
Crazy.
And
I
then,
was the surgeon.
Not only,
I'm the surgeon.
Bitch, not only that, and this was another thing. Like when you posted that "Get Ready with Me" video,
oh my gosh,
I was
so
now
good.
watching it back. Like knowing a little more about you in that process, I was like, "This is hilarious!"
Oh, and it's
like
brilliant.
you're spraying the thing, and you're like,
And
"My
it's
skin's a little tight."
I'm a little swollen still.
No.
Sticking it back on as I'm doing it. Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Thanks.
It's
brilliant.
like a movie. Like it needs to be in Sundance.
It's like the world doesn't know it, but we're actually in an immersive theater experience.
No,
Yeah, it's not even me.
It's
this
not.
isn't me.
It's not.
Launching.